It is a luxury picture for Tampa Bay. I mean, if Najee Harris is playing with Tom Brady, I'm going to be terrified.
I mean, Leonard Fournette did pretty good too.
And they brought him back. They brought playoff Lenny back, as he writes in his
Oh my God.
They returned all 22 starters.
Yep.
You know why? Everybody likes winning.
Yeah, I saw. Did you see any of his interview with Strahan, where he's like, how he's like, in hindsight, throwing the Lombardi Trophy, kind of dangerous. Those corners are sharp.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't throw hard enough to hurt nobody.
Was that the same interview where he said that that the Patriot Way isn't the only way?
Maybe it was, Robbie. I only saw a couple of clips. I saw that. I saw how it was like, oh, I don't get to cut loose as much as I used to because of the phones.
Here's the deal. I would agree with the Patriot Way is not the only way. But when you look at all the successful programs, look, is the Patriot Way any different than Heat culture? As far as the tone and the precedent that they set on how things are going to be done? I mean, when you have success,
it's different.
No, but of course it. Oh my God, I'm talking.
You asked the question.
How is it different?
Okay,
they have a set of rules. They have a set of demands. They expect you to do a certain thing, to be a certain way, and to be a part of something that is bigger than you.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, numero uno way is you don't cheat.
Oh, okay. All right. There we go. Never mind. I thought I was talking to two people that have some bit of sense.
I'm sorry, Peter Pan. We're just going to ignore history? Where we send the secret agent to go film the Bengals? What are you doing there? You doing some the thing is, I don't see any advanced scout here in the video.
Again.
Cheating against a one-win
again. The way that they do it is different.
You're right. The Heat do it legally.
But what I'm saying is how the whole thing is put together with one voice, with one way of doing things, with how they, talk to the media and how they handle teammates and how they do just things in general. Look, when you look at all the successful programs, they all have some of these similar aspects of them to them.
I would say that the Patriots are more like the Spurs because the Spurs cheat with turning off their air conditioning. So I would say that they're more similar than Heat culture. I think if I were to find a parallel, that would be the way I would go.
Okay, fine. You can throw the Spurs in there also. Okay.
Couple cheats, probably. I bet when
that's
Pop.
It. That's what I was pulling out of that example.
I bet when
that's
Popovich,
what I wanted to get out of that.
I bet when Popovich and Belichick.
Thanks for.
You're welcome. No, I think when Popovich and Belichick get together, you think they swap on how to screw the system?
Mute yourself.
I'll tell you what else Popovich likes that Belichick likes. Intangibles. Because he took Plumlee over Bam.
Wait a minute.
He took Plumlee over Bam.
I've looked on the floor several times for the Heat this year. And the ratio was 4-1 intangibles to non-intangibles.
It's not the same. Our
not the same.
Our white guys have swag.
Really? Dunks
has swag. The Dunkyard Dog, he's got swag.
Mind you, he's kicking that swag. He's kicking that Euro swag.
No, Duncan Robinson has swag. Gogi, you gonna say Gogi doesn't have swag?
Dude, the last time we saw video of him, he was jumping over boxes in the woods.
No, the last video we saw of him, he was going to Jimmy Butler's hotel. He goes, I came to Big Face Coffee, but it's closed, man.
Oh my goodness!
Do I even have to say about the baby goat, Tyler Hero, Scotty Drippin, Boy Best Wonder?
Here. The only. Never mind. Let's just keep it moving.
We all banged.
Exactly, Gogi.
Why?
What?
It's Thursday. It's Masters Thursday.
It's so?
Why are you guys so difficult?
You're the one who brought it up, not me. You brought it up. The ticket, your Miami Heat back in action tonight, taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. That is a TNT game tonight, TNT only. Not the matchup I think they were expecting. Obviously, it was supposed to be a finals rematch coming into Miami, but unfortunately, no LeBron James, no Anthony Davis tonight. So you lose. And I do say unfortunately because I like when there's big matchups. It's like, I don't like these big time matchups where you lose a lot of luster. The stars aren't playing. I like when the Heat take on teams at full strength. Also put by this nugget that Barry Jackson put in the Miami Herald today, where he says the Heat 2-7 in the 9 games they've played this season without one All-Star without one player who's been an All-Star since 2018. Miami 2-7. So they have fallen victim to the look ahead game when the teams are out without their best players. Most notably, I would say probably the 2 Clippers games this year, where the Heat lost with no Kawhi Leonard and no Paul George. And I also think that there's something to the effect of the old measuring stick. I think that there's something to that, Leroy, where it's nice to know, like, all right, this Heat team. I don't think regular season translates to the playoffs. But it's nice to have these little games where it's like, all right, let's measure ourselves out. Let's see where we're at right now. You take on the Sixers, the Bucks, the Nets. You take on the Lakers. You take on the Nuggets. You take on these teams that have been really good. Where are we at right now? And so when you have a game where it's Schroeder and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Kuzma, a Morris twin, and a Gasol brother, I think that it's just still got to go TCB. I don't put the Heat. Let me tell you something right now. I don't chalk up any wins when it comes to this team this year. I've learned my lesson there. But I wish it was. I am still disappointed that we're not getting LeBron and Anthony Davis tonight. I'd like to see what the Heat look like against them.
Where the Heat are right now, and the things they need to start accomplishing, and where they need to get to be to get to the playoffs. Who they play is irrelevant.
Disagree. Not irrelevant. It's good to it's
the next 20 plus games are going to have more to do with all the things that the Heat have to figure out about themselves and not about who they're playing.
Yeah, but you can't just do it against bums. Like, you can't just be like, you know what?
If you're winning, who cares? Long as you get there. Like, you look, whether you're playing past champs or whether you're playing bottom dwellers, there's still certain things that you need to get done as a team. And I'd much rather it get done while they're beating lesser teams than, as you would say, having this litmus test to see where they are. It doesn't matter where they are because they got to incorporate 3 new players. Yep. They got to get everybody healthy. They got to figure out rotations. They got to figure out what they're going to do defensively. There's so many things that have to be figured out with only 20 games left. Yeah, I don't care about who they're playing. I want to see them.
But every once in a while, you got to tune up the piano and you got to play in front of a big audience.
That is not going to be any indication of what they're going to be able to do or not be able to do in the playoffs. So, it's just like when the Lakers are healthy, when they get back, when all those guys get back, they don't have as much to figure out because they had this team last year.
Right.
What about when the big 3 get back for the Nets? They're all going to have to figure out how to play together. Now, it seems as if, though, they've already made some decisions as to how things are going to be done. Like, Kyrie's going to be off the ball, Harden's going to handle the ball, and Durant's just going to be awesome.
Yep.
So they've kind of already figured it out. But as far as the Heat, it always takes them a few games to figure these things out. So the most important thing is for them to figure it out.
You're not really hitting on any points that I disagree with, other than every once in a while it's good to tune up and see what it's like against a better team. Like, I don't really disagree with any of your points. So this isn't one I'm like looking to battle with very much. I'm just saying that. So let me get this straight. Would I be wrong in saying, Leroy? Would I be wrong in saying that tonight, if Leroy feels a little sleepy, he got themselves a 12-point lead, and it's Schroeder, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and Kuzma. The Heat look like they're handling biz. Am I wrong or right in saying, and don't weasel out of this, am I right or wrong in saying maybe get a little sleepy poo in Whereas if it was Anthony Davis and LeBron James and the Heat have a 12-point lead in the third quarter, you're like, buddy, give me another cafecito or a Celsius because I'm ready to get through this thing. Am I right or am I wrong in saying you'd more likely stay up for the latter?
Here's the term that I used in those moments. If I can say damage is done, then it's night-night. But if I can't say that phrase yet, then you're right.
Tobin, I think it's the opposite. If the Heat are up by 12 against LeBron and Anthony Davis, you know how LeBron's history down here. If they're up by 12, the Heat are going to steamroll them and win by 20 points. That means the Heat are ready to play. If they're up by 12 against the Schroeder Lakers, you got to be a little bit queasy because they can let their foot off the gas, and then a couple threes can go by, and next thing you know, it's a 6-point game.
You're going at it more of a results-oriented, Robbie. I'm talking about the enjoyment of beating that team. Like, so whether you beat the Schroeder team or you have a collapse, we've seen it all before with the C team.
Contrary to popular belief, you think that, I love it. Here's the line that athletes use. That's all cute and adorable, but they don't really think that. And you guys all fall for it. Yeah, we want to beat a team when they're at their best. No, you don't. You just want to beat that team.
Oh, no. You want to beat them. You don't want the excuse
to be
win.
Best.
If the Heat win tonight, it's going to be, they didn't have LeBron.
Let me ask you a question. You think the Lakers cared that Miami was banged up?
I don't think they care in that they are still champions, but I know that it grinds LeBron's gears that Pat Riley hit him with the asterisk. LeBron tosses and turns and
there's always going to be that asterisk.
Okay, fine. But they don't care because guess what'll die sooner than guess won't die. That championship won't die.
That's true.
But the reasons behind it will die.
That's true. But but there's still always going to be that asterisk. Now listen, the Lakers, the asterisk is on. You take it out of the asterisk is on our side. It's on our side, not on your side. It's on our side. There's always going to be that asterisk.
That's funny because that's not how that thing got played back across the country.
It's not, and it was very unfair because Riley, did I lure him into that trap? Maybe. Really? But he answered me for like 3 minutes where he's talking about Magic Johnson back in the 80s, and then he just said the A word, and everybody went crazy. Rachel Nichols had to have a segment about it.
That asterisk.
Plus, they got to worry tonight. Do we have the dead man tonight? The Undertaker, is he playing?
Leroy Big.
Robbie?
Big. Oh, Dreeks, big. Deadman. Going to block Gasol.
Gasol, does he even play?
Well, he doesn't when Drummond is healthy, which he's not. So he is playing right now.
He's hurt already?
He got hurt the first game. He hurt his toe. Giant toe, by the way. They close in on it. You see just big fella limping off the ground. And Gasol was like out of the rotation, and he was like, there was reports he was looking for a buyout. Like he's a bit of a crybaby, Marc Gasol. It's not known, but he is. And so, Mark, I would say when everybody's healthy, maybe Marc Gasol leaves. Who knows?
Leaves?
Yeah, he might leave. He might get bought out. He hates it.
All right.
You don't play Marc Gasol. He pouts. That's how David Fizdale got fired.
He is not very fleet of foot.
He's not, but he's a smart player. I would take him if he didn't wrong David Fizdale. If it was the other Gasol brother.
Here, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
If Gasol meant that you return to the finals.
Guaranteed?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Would you take him?
Am I Eric Spoelstra or am I Brendan Tobin?
No, you're a Heat fan or a coach or whatever you want.
Uh-huh.
If the next words out of your mouth is,
so I
don't care about winning.
Marc Gasol is Willy Wonka. He gets me to the finals.
Yes. Golden ticket.
Can't do it. He wronged my friend. And
here's why
David Fizdale.
And folks,
he got him fired.
This is why I can't do this show with these two. Because you know damn well you would sign him in a heartbeat if it meant you go back to the final.
Nah, we'll get there on our own merit.
So no. So you think you just no. And I'm giving you a guarantee, a golden ticket, a free pass.
Can't do it.
And you're like, no, can't do it.
Heat culture is not about Willy Wonka. All right, we are the chocolate river. All right, we make the factory flow.
That didn't pay their franchise player.
Oh, that's always your go-to move.
It's not only I'm so cute. I'm my go-to move. It's D-Wade's go-to move.
Ooh, I get boxed in on an argument and I bring up the D-Wade thing.
Wait, it's D-Wade's go-to move too. If he can use it, why can't I?
Yeah, well, because you're not D-Wade and you didn't get cost millions of dollars. By the way, Brandon Marshall doesn't even know how those contracts work, by the way, in that interview.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Like, I have never heard a guy yell and be more aggressive while being wrong the whole time. Like, wow. Dude, what are you? Whew. Doesn't he do a radio show too?
Brandon Marshall?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh,
he does I know he does Showtime. I think he does Showtime inside the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's doing okay.
But no.
I hope he used that as a preseason game, because if you play like that, you're gonna get cut.
We take a quick break. 786-360-790 is how you text us. We're on Twitch, twitch.tv/790. Then take it back after this.